Hello, how are you doing? I'm hoping you are feeling much better, considering a lot of people have been suffering with different ailments due to cold and flu season. But hopefully all is resolved and everyone is feeling better and doing better. So today what I want to talk about the masculine and feminine energies. And it probably sounds boring as hell. But with me, there's nothing that's truly boring. There's probably going to be a few twists and turns in what I'm talking about. So for those of you who can withstand the journey, I suggest you do so. You may learn something. And for others, you may drop off right now. I really don't give a damn. But let's talk about masculine and feminine energies. We don't fully understand what that means. A number of us who are men know that you are a man, and women, we know that we are women. But there's something more to being a man and a woman, and that's the energy, the vibes that we give off. And from what I see nowadays, men are men, but they don't know how to be a man, which means embrace their masculine energy and what that entails and what that means. And as far as women, yes, we have the feminine body, but a lot of women do not know and understand how to be a woman. So you have men not understanding what it means to be a man, and you have women not fully understanding what it means to be a woman. And part of it has to do with the fact that we are trying to neutralize the masculine and feminine energy, which means we're trying to come up with a unisex, a uni energy. Women are more into their masculine energy, and because women are more into their masculine energy, in turn, men are going more into their feminine energy. Now, I'm not saying both sexes do not have the masculine and feminine, but for the most part, a man is supposed to be a man and a woman is supposed to be a woman because that's yin and yang. They balance one another. But we have lost the art of how to be a man and how to be a woman. And the art is actually very beautiful when one or both parties understand and knows what that actually means. For example, a couple of days ago, or maybe a day ago, I'm not sure, but anyway, there was a man and a woman. I'm going to tell you a quick story before I actually get started with my story. There was a man and a woman, and the man was not feeling very well. He was highly cantankerous, impatient, just not feeling well, very beside himself. And the woman noticed that. Now, typically what happens is the woman will try to insert or assert herself onto the man in the way that she would tend to another woman or a child. And when that happens, that typically backfires. It doesn't go over well. But what this woman did was she decided to give space and to back off and come up with an alternative plan, an alternative approach. And the approach that she decided to take was something of a cerebral nature. And she really didn't have to lift a finger. She did not have to move from her place. She didn't have to do much at all except use her brains and use her words. So this woman came up with a simple, direct, influential message. And she conveyed that message to that highly cantankerous, impatient, disgruntled gentleman. And as she watched him receive her message, she could see the shift in his energy. He went from being ice cold and extremely abrasive to being very soft, warm, inviting, Just like that. Bam, boom, problem solved. Now, one would think that it was magic, and it is magical. But what she did, she used her feminine energy, or as people like to say, her feminine wiles to get what she wanted. Now, it just so happened that the situation was a win-win for both because he felt better mentally and emotionally, even though he still wasn't feeling well physically. She solved two-thirds, actually, she solved 75% of his problems. She fixed him mentally, she fixed him emotionally, and she fixed him spiritually. If she could have fixed him physically, I'm sure she would have loved to do so. But he was reluctant for her help. He wanted to seek alternative measures to get better. But the fact is, her words solved 75% of his problem, all by using her brain and her words and constructing and conveying the right message at the right time. Now, what do you think about that? I hope you don't think it's manipulative, because it's not. It's a win-win situation. One hand scratching one's back, and in return, she gets what she needs and she gets what he wants, or gets what she needs and what she wants, and he actually gets more what he needs and what he wants, unbeknownst to him. Now that is the magic of the masculine and feminine energy. So I have a question for you. Are you ready, able, willing, and prepared for a woman to make you feel like the ultimate man you are? And you're thinking, ultimate man? Yeah, the ultimate man. What's the ultimate man? Well, you're already a man. But a woman who fully brings forward your masculine energy. Are you ready for a woman to make you feel like a man, to make you feel like a god, to worship you like that? What do you think about that? Can you handle it? Do you want it? Because that's a very powerful state to be in your full form, your full masculine energy in your male form. It's too much for a lot of people. But I suspect it's not too much for some, because I believe you've been yearning, wanting, longing to be in your full form. You see, not a lot of women really love men. The sound of their voice, the shape, the hardness of their body, how strong and powerful and protective that they are. Most women, they don't understand it. They can't recognize it, and they definitely can't appreciate it. But for a small group of women, they can see the full power and strength and the masculine form, the masculine energy, and they love that shit. So I asked you a question. Are you able to be worshipped like a god? Are you ready, willing, and able to have someone bring you to full form, to full life? There's no other feeling like it. The masculine and feminine energy, that shit is a dance. And I'm going to illustrate to you why it's such a dance. People typically like to focus on their good qualities, or they like to call it their positive qualities. And they like to ignore that dark side. They like to hide it away. They don't understand it. They don't understand its purpose. They don't understand why they're wired that way. They can't understand it. And for some people, that dark side is more powerful and more profound than a lot of men. And you don't like that part of yourself. You don't understand that part of yourself. You think one cannot see that part of yourself. But let me tell you about the magic of the feminine energy. She sees it. She smells it. She knows it. And she welcomes all of it. A real woman accepts the good, the bad, the pretty, and the ugly. A real woman has to understand a man fully and truly in order to give him what he wants and what he needs, even when he doesn't know what he wants and needs. You cannot fulfill and satisfy and please a person until you understand the depths and the girth of what you're dealing with. So if you actually think that one cannot sense, one does not know, and one has not caught a glimpse of that demon, of that beast, of that monster that lurks within you, no, you're sorely mistaken. You see, the feminine energy understands a lot more than what you think. I've talked about hot and cold in a number of my videos. I've talked about being an angel and a devil in my videos, because each one of us has a light side and we have a dark side. We've been taught not to embrace the dark side of who we are. But the dark side of who we are is very powerful. We just don't know how to channel it. We don't understand its purpose and its meaning. So we work very hard to control it. We work very hard to hide it. And we work very hard to avoid circumstances in which it's brought to fucking life. Yeah. But I'm going to enlighten you. I'm going to enlighten you about you. Yeah, that's what I said, because that's what the hell you heard. I'm going to enlighten you about you. I want to focus on the dark side of the masculine and feminine energies. That's what I said, because that's what you heard. There's parts of us that are ferocious. And we have tried over the years to figure out how to get rid of it. Why is it there? And oh shit, I need to keep this shit locked away. But have you heard of the movie Beauty and the Beast? Yes, Beauty and the Beast. I'm sure you've heard of it. Beauty and the Beast, from my point of view, is about our alternate side, our avatar, our alter ego, that dark side of us. And let me explain to you why. That beast, that demon that lives within you, that comes out when needs be, that rears its head at moments where you don't want it to and you have to hide it quickly. Yeah, I'm talking about that person. I've seen it. I have felt it. And I know what it is. But you don't fully understand what it is and why. You have witnessed it get out of control. You have witnessed its growth and power. You have witnessed its fury and ferociousness. And it is all that. But it's all that for a reason. And I'm going to explain to you why. The masculine and feminine energy, it balances each other out. It balances each other out. The feminine energy softens cold, hard steel. It unlocks the love, the warmth, the affection in your heart. It soothes that beast, that demon within you. When that beast, that demon comes alive, it's because there's a reason, there's a need. It's seeking something. It's been seeking something for a long time. But the hard thing is, it hasn't found what it is that it needs. All these years, that beast, that demon, it needed its feminine counterpart, its feminine energy to nullify it, to quell it. There's been frauds. that attempted, but didn't know what it was doing because it did not, the lock, the key that they had did not fit that lock. The right feminine energy nullifies that beast, and let me tell you how and why. That ferociousness that you hide within you, that you are ashamed of, partly scared of, in awe of, have a deep respect for, and work extremely hard to control that motherfucker. But with the right feminine energy, you don't have to work that hard. Let me explain to you why. Energies and vibes, they sense things. They sense it. The right feminine counterpart knows her male counterpart. You see, that fury within you is looking for the feminine energy that has had experienced a lot of fear over time. How do you diminish, nullify fear? With a fury. You see, when one has gone through the depths of hell, you get scarred, you get tattered, you get torn to shreds. But those are things that one cannot see because they're on the inside. All looks well on the outside, but in the inside, there is fear, there is trauma. And what happens is when there's fear and trauma, one requires protection. That beast in you exists to help one see the depths of what one had to climb out of to get to where she is today. You see, a number of people, they don't see one another. They can't see one another. And when you've been through grave hardship and trauma, most people can't handle that shit. A lot of people like to talk about their life, what they've been through, what they've experienced. And for the most part, most people's circumstances and situations are relatively good. But then you have some people who come from situations and things that can blow people's motherfucking minds. That's why I tell people, be careful what you ask, because you don't want to hear the goddamn answer. You don't want to hear the answer. Because when you tell people the answer, they can't handle it. They don't look at you the same. They look at you different. They look at you like you're less than, you're worthless, you're contaminated, you're useless. They don't understand the strength of character it takes for one to climb out of extreme deprived circumstances. And let's put it mildly. They see the exterior and they assume all is well. But when you had yourself seared, scarred to great depths, you cannot show people who you are because they can't handle that shit. And even when they think they can handle it, they can't fucking handle it. So what do? You become self-sufficient. You become extremely private. Extremely private. You don't share because people can't handle what the fuck you share. But here's the funny part. When you have a feminine energy who has survived a horrific ordeal 99% of her life, when she meets the right masculine energy, it transforms her fear. It ceases to have life. It ceases to exist. Because that beast, that demon within you, that greatness, that ferociousness that you feel, I'm going to tell you why it's there. That beast, that demon that's within you is that way to give you the strength and power to see me. And when I say see me, I mean see me to my core. See my background, see my soul, see my story, see my scars, my trauma, my fears. Because it takes a very strong, fierce, ferocious person to look that shit in the eyes. You see, you are a beast, and I have come from hell. It takes a demon to look in the direction of hell. So you've wondered all these years why you are the way you are. You are that way. So you can identify me, your counterpart, and see all that there is to see me. You cannot have a connection with the person unless you can see them fully, truly, raw, and I like to say bare ass butt naked. And I'm the type of person, I show who I am. I want people to see who the fuck I am. I'm not ashamed of what I went through. I'm in awe of what I've come through. And I'm even more pleased that I found one who has the strength of character and spirit to see it, to handle it. So the reason why you are calm by me is because that ferociousness within you has met its counterpart. And that feminine counterpart has great fear. So when one has great fear, one needs a great protector. And that is why you are wired the way you are. When I say twins, when I say complementary, when I say balance, when I say yin yang, this is what I mean. That beast exists, that demon exists for me. Have you ever wondered why one is able to curl up, ball up in one's arms and lap, nest with great vulnerability, peace? That shit has never been done before with anyone, including one's parents. But one does that with you, and only you. You suspected that, you sensed that, and I'm telling you that. That demon that you try to fight and control, you don't need to fight it and control it anymore, because it's found what it's seeking. It's found what it needs. It's been looking for me. Over the years, that demon of yours has gotten very, very bad. Recently, you found a way to quell it. But there was a period of time where it was out of control and have gotten you into some very close call situations. And when you look back those times, they scare the shit out of you. I can guarantee you this. If you align calendars, life history, I can guarantee you when that beast, that demon with you was roaring and ferocious, I can guarantee you 9.9 times out of 10, those were probably some of the most horrific, traumatic times in your counterpart's life. And your spirit and your soul sense that shit, which is why your beast, your demon, was active. And when all kind of leveled out for your counterpart, that is when that beast, that demon within you started to level out and calm down. There are people who are completely complementary. They balance one another out. Their good side balances out, and even their dark side balances out. Your fury is my fear's match. Your cold, hard, calculated self is met by my warmth, my love, my affection, my nurturing. I soften you. I bring balance to you. So what that means is I need and see all of you. Can't hide it. You can't hide it because it needs to be of service to me. That demon is in there for me, to help heal me, to help put my spirit at ease and comfort it and make it secure. If you hide it, it deprives me of access of what I need to shed. History of trauma, history of abuse, history of fear, history, I can go on and on and on. The point I'm trying to tell you is just like the positive sides feel good, we are here to balance out each other's negative side. The devil and the she-devil. Great pain meets with great anger. But the flip side of that great anger, it's a protector. Great pain means security is needed, and security is found. So it is not a mistake when you see one curled up with you. No one else has that been done with in all the years on this earth. And when I say not even one's parents, no one. It's only happened with you. So that beast, that demon, it's needed. It's needed to give one the security, the protection, the peace that's one has been seeking all her life. Also, to be that ferocious and that fierce is necessary because it allows you to have a sense of awe, admiration, and adoration for what one has survived. Most people, they have disgust. But I'm explaining to you why you're so intrigued, why you're so starstruck. You're starstruck because you have the strength, and can't find a better word, so this is what I'm going to choose. You have the evilness, the meanness, the cold calculatedness to stare what I have endured in the eyes and face and not blink an eye. What I've seen, what I've been through, it doesn't scare you. It scares most, if not all. But with you, no. You can look that shit square in the eyes, and I'm telling you why. Your beast, your demon, it's there for me. It's there to guard and protect me. It's there to heal and to safe keep me. It is there to allow me to be my full feminine energy. And it also allows you to be your full masculine energy. Up until now, you have not been surrounded around the right feminine energies, which means that beast, that demon within you, you had to lock it away because no one knew how to soothe, how to calm, how to nullify it, how to rein it in. Because it's been seeking me and only me. That is why my power, my influence on you is so profound. Because I am what you need all the way around. There's no hiding. There's no watering down. There's no locking away. There's no denying, avoiding. None of that needs to be done. Because every aspect of who you are is required for me as the feminine counterpart. That's how it works. So when you can come to know and understand that there's no reason to run from who you are, there's no reason to hide anymore who you are, all you have to do is just be. Because as the feminine energy, I read, I follow, I flow. And then I know what to do to make one good. If one is stressed, I know what to do. If one is feeling aggressive, I know what to do. If one is happy, I know what to do. If one is playful, I know what to do. So when you can be who you are, you don't have to work that hard. And you always know that you are balanced and you're good. I know you've been trying to figure out, what is this? This is balance. This is Zen. This is purposeful. This is how it is. There are no mistakes. So what I'm asking you to understand and learn is that you are worshipped like a goddamn god. Because every aspect of you is needed, wanted, yearned for, loved, and appreciated. The good, the not so good, the pretty, and the ugly. I need all of it to help me heal. I don't know other simple way to put it. One feels protected, secure, safeguarded with you and only you. That beast allows you to see me, to see the pain, to see the scars, and get intrigued by how one can be so tattered and be so loving at the same time. That's the magic of me. And now that you have been found, I get to blossom in my full feminine form, to be a nurturer, to be soft, to be how a woman is supposed to be. So when one says they worship you like a god, that is exactly what the fuck is meant. Because you are me and I am you. I worship myself. I see me in you and you see me. I think I confused myself. I see myself in you and you see yourself in me. And I love myself fully and completely. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the pretty. And I'm telling you, I see that all there is with you. So you don't have to hide from me. You don't have to hide ever, ever again. Because that is the allure. That is the intrigue. That is the attraction. That is the magnetism. That is why you've never felt this before. That is why you've never had this before. But guess what? I'm going to tell you a secret. We all like secrets, don't we? Yeah, there's something about the feminine energy. And not all women have this, and not all women understand this. But when you do know this and understand it, you can work some real magic. So you want to know what the secret is? I'll tell you what the secret is. There are some women who understands fully what the feminine energy is about. Especially when it comes to their sexuality, how sensual they are. Some women, they like to sit back. Well, a lot of women don't move, don't know what they're doing. They don't understand the power that they have and what they need to do. Either they're not moving at all, or they're fucking bouncing around like a goddamn bunny rabbit. And guys, they get used to that. Cold, dead starfish behavior. Or women fucking bounce around like on a fucking bouncy ball. You see, but there's another type of woman. I think they are called sex kittens, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Sex kittens. And what they do, they move completely differently. First, they feel you out. They take in how you move, what you do, when you do it, how you do it. They keep track of your progression, your steps, where you're going, how you may get there. They let you do what you do. They let you be the man that you are. But while that's being done, they're collecting data. They're collecting information. Because that is where shit gets really, really interesting. Let me explain to you how. I'm going to make a few generalities, so please forgive me. But a lot of women, most women, have difficulty with orgasms, with climaxing. One. Or two, if they can reach orgasm or climax, it's through outer stimulation, clitoral, oral sex, vibrators, things of that nature. They really can't indulge in having an orgasm through penetration. And like I said, I'm making generalities. How do I know? I read, I research it. Just to get, I like to understand human behaviors, what we do, why we do it. But there are some, as I call them sex kittens, who are fully in their feminine energy, who's taking it all in, who's feeling you out. And you think that you know or you've seen, but somewhere on an instinctual level, you know that there's something else there, someone else lurking. And you're trying to figure out how to fully bring her out. So you're testing the landscape, figuring it out. If I do this, this is what I get. If I don't do this, this is what I get. If I string this together, I get this response. If I switch it here, this is what I get. So while you're doing your own research, she's sitting back and she's watching. And you're sitting back and you're watching, but you're doing it in an active way. And she's doing it in an active way, but it's more hands-off. But let me tell you the key with real feminine sex kittens. Feminine sex kittens are slow. They're consuming. They're intense. And they are made, or as I like to say, their gates open with penetration, deep penetration. You see, when one is in the feminine energy, you are ready to receive. You are ready to receive the masculine energy within you. And you can situate yourself to receive very deeply. Most women cannot, because they are not in tune with their feminine energy. So their treasure chest really doesn't like to be filled up completely and deeply. But with a sex kitten, that is when she comes to life. You see something that you knew was there, but you couldn't figure out how to get to it. Well, I'm telling you the key. If you want to see a different person, a transformation from what you have seen, stick your key in the keyhole and watch what the fuck happens. But I'm going to tell you what happens. I told you sex kittens are purposeful, they're intense, they are consuming, and they are slow and receive very, very deeply. Why does she move slow? Let me tell you why. Slow movement allows a number of things to happen. When she's moving slow, she is going into a meditative state, an intuitive state. She is intertwining herself with you. Actually, she's actually taking over you. She's consuming you. She's consuming you physically, mentally, emotionally, and physically. She moves very slow because she wants to relish and take in every movement, every sound, every feeling, every sensation, and every goddamn inch. Slow movement also allows her to increase blood flow. With increased blood flow, let me tell you what happens. She swells. She swells like a goddamn glove, or becomes a vacuum. It becomes a perfect fit. A perfect fit. It tightens. So every subtle movement that she makes will drive a motherfucker bat shit crazy. There's no bouncing around like a fucking bunny rabbit. No, this is a fucking slow goddamn kill. Because she knows with slow movement, she hits her G spot. She also controls the depth, the speed. She locks. She rides whether she's on the bottom, or she rides whether she's on the top. She close guards your ass, locks, like a fucking koala on its mama, a fucking Joey kangaroo on its mama. She locks your ass. So if you are used to women who don't move, play dead, or you're used to women who are overcompensating, bouncing the fuck around all over the place, you're fucking with the wrong one. Because there is someone, sex kitten, with an alter ego that becomes controlling, that becomes dominating, that becomes very, very powerful. And why are you being told about her? Because you should be warned in advance. One is fluid, and different circumstances bring out different aspects. But you said you've met your match. You get consumed. Look up the word sloth. I think sloth is one of the slowest moving animals. The feminine energy in a sex kitten form, she moves in a way that you can't motherfucking imagine, and no goddamn video will prepare you for how she does what she does. It's a different experience. And you need to know and you need to understand that shit. So when one said the gates are open, there's something that's there, that's waiting for you, that you've never encountered, that you've never seen. And she does not fuck around. So, when the key is put into the treasure chest, one doesn't get released until one is released. That is when she explodes. She hasn't exploded until now because she's waiting. She's waiting to get you in her vice grip. Yeah, to get you in her vice grip. Because once she gets you there, she's going to take the fuck over. But it's not going to be the way you've had. And it's not going to be the way you think. It's going to be the way she wants. Until she explodes. And then she will give the reins back over to you. So when you decide that you're ready to visit, you've been warned. You've been forewarned. This is how it goes. This is how it works. When that key is inserted into the keyhole, she takes the fuck over. So what you do, you sit the fuck back and you let her do that shit. And then when she's done with getting herself what she needs and wants, then she'll give it back over to you. There will not be in this fucking Cirque du Soleil acrobatics bouncing around like a no, fuck that shit. Those women don't know what the fuck they're doing. Yeah, it produces the same results, but it's bullshit. I'm telling you what the fuck is up. Close in like a fucking vice grip vacuum. And by the time she's done, the slightest movement will drive you batshit crazy. She doesn't go fast. She goes very slow because you know what? She wants to feel every sensation, every inch. She wants to take it as deep as fucking possible because that is what she loves. She loves receiving the male energy. She consumes it. She swallows it. She's not like any other. So now that you know the power of the masculine and feminine energy, you also should know how it comes out in many different ways. Not just our positive sides, but also how it plays a part on the dark side. And also how it plays out sexually. Women, how they touch, it should be very soft, very sensual, very purposeful, very slow. Because our energy is different from the masculine. The masculine is conquering, it's very powerful, it's very overt. But with a woman, it needs to be covert. She needs to melt you. She needs to subdue you. She needs to surrender you in the way that she knows how. And the best way to do it is with her treasure chest. When I say vice grip, when I say swelling, when I say custom fit, you need to understand that shit. And even after the swelling has tightened on you, she clenches that shit on you. She locks that shit tight on you. and does it at different rhythm paces. Clench, let go. Clench, let go. You need to know. You need to understand. So if you choose to meet the feminine energy sex kitten, you should know. Because if she doesn't get what she wants, she gets very aggressive, which may be a good thing too. Either way, she takes the fuck over. You come knocking on the treasure chest, you go digging in it. Know who you are invoking, because she's waiting for you. She's waiting to show herself to you, because she's been waiting for you a very, very, very long time. She's different. She's not like any other in all areas. And when I said she can ride from the bottom or she can ride from the top, you need to understand that shit. Because it's true. She's not like others. She's gonna show you some shit. Her way. She may not have all the tricks in the world, but the shit she does know, you watch what the fuck happens. You watch what happens. So, we all need to have a woman that makes you feel like a man, because when a man feels like a man, a woman feels like a woman. And there's nothing better in the world to be a woman and to feel like a woman. And there's nothing better in the world than a man to feel like a man. A woman is supposed to stroke the fuck out of a man's ego. And I love that, because I'm good with my motherfucking words. So stroking your ego makes you happy. I'll stroke that and every other motherfucking thing else to get what I need and want from you. It's a win-win. I enjoy feeling like a woman. I enjoy being soft. I enjoy surrendering. I enjoy being under one's canopy. I don't mind one dominating. Especially when someone knows what the fuck they're doing. You got that shit. And you do that, and guess what? I'm going to do what the fuck I need to do. But you let it be known. You come unlocking the treasure chest, and you put your key in that box. Get ready to meet the other one. The one that you sense, the one that you've been seeking, the one you've been trying to figure out how to get access to. You will meet her. You will relish her. If you like all the other hers you've seen, wait till you meet her. She is the sultry one. She's the one that does those episodes in The Voice, that says some things that she's not supposed to know, and she knows, and you can't understand how the fuck she is that one. Yeah. And she's finally found her match, so she can be fully, truly who she is. So, you have any questions, you find me. Told you this video will be a lot different. It's informative, it's educational, but more importantly, I wanted to share a secret. And now that you have that secret, you know what the fuck is up now, don't you? So, you choose who you want to meet. That's the fun with me. You never know what you're going to get. But really smart people, they figure out how to bring out different parts of me to get what the fuck they want. Told you I'm not boring. I'm very intriguing. I don't even know my damn self. I just know what I like, and I like it slow. So if you like to see the feminine energy explode with pleasure, keep doing everything you're doing fiercely, intently, in the masculine way. Slow it down. Slow it down. And watch what the fuck happens to her. Just slow it down. You could speed it up and see what happens, and you could slow it down to see what the fuck happens. Speed it up, slow it down. But the key to this feminine energy slow. Everything else is perfect. Slow down the speed. All these women that fucking doing things so fast and all that, fuck that shit. Go slow and see how things transform. It's a different level, it's a different experience, and it's fucking mind-blowing spectacular when you could slow down and appreciate every sensation, every movement, every aspect of it. You can't do it unless you slow it the hell down. Slow it down more and watch the connection skyrocket. So you know where to find me, and we'll speak the next time.